Hi, Alicia. How you doing? I've got you queued up here. I want to take a look at your work. So here's your cover, and let's start with your cover. But I kind of want to have all three visible. So I'm really glad you did this, where you put the cover with the interior sprint and table of contents alone. So that way we can look at all three. And as we look at all three, I guess this is as close as I can get, unless I really shrink that guy down. And so let's go ahead and do that. And so as we can see, you've got a really nice cohesion between the the magazine cover, the table of contents, and an interior spread, and that's good. That's good. That's a key um, consideration in magazine design, of course. The issue is that you've created this cohesion, this continuation, um, more using image than using type. So, and I think that that's really easy to do as a student. Um, I think it's really easy when you start designing magazine to really start letting the designer in you take over and kind of set the typographer aside. But what we want to do is we want to bring the typographer to the front here and really work on your typography. I have some ideas that will make that a little bit more, I think, a streamlined process. So let's go ahead and take a look at the cover. Okay, there's some things here that you have done very nicely. Grouping is done well in terms of really separating these four main categories on the front, well, five main categories on the front cover. That's good. There's no question as to, that these are related to each other and nothing else. Okay, so good job there. I think that this grouping thing was not really considered up here. I think this masthead design is too different and too far away from this and the different color to really connect them as one. So I do believe the masthead, it could be a little bit larger. I'm thinking something around this or so, and then you really want to try to grab attention with that masthead. Okay. Speaking of hierarchy, oh, and don't forget your date and your volume number and all that other good stuff to identify this as a magazine. The magazine itself is very imbalanced. Take a look at this side. It just looks like the whole thing's ready to tip over to that side. And it is. I mean, you've got the weight and the cake is evenly distributed, but everything else is over here on the left, which is really causing it to tip down this way. You can even that out a couple of different ways by pulling, maybe centering that image a little bit more and putting some type on both sides. That will even give this a nice balance, or at least one, something over here. You also, the image is really dark. I would think about that. It's just really dark up on this side of the magazine. And then here, think of each one of these as a little mini typographic composition. Okay, each one of these is the same, so there's no hierarchy here. Okay, so which one is the cover? Which one is the feature spread? You can't tell, and that's one of the things we're looking at here is to create hierarchy through typography. So that's what you want to do. You want to typographically tell us what is the feature story. So as we take a look over here at the contents page, okay, so there's this continuation that I've been talking about. So you have there's no continuation here telling us what is the feature. Okay, so nothing on a cover is telling us what is the feature spread. There's really nothing here that's telling us the feature spread. This is suggesting a feature spread because it's the highest and the biggest, but 83 isn't covered over here in the numbers, the page numbers, so that's just kind of sitting up there alone doing nothing. Um, Plus, there's no connection other. This is image, so I'm going to assume that this image has something to do with the feature story. But again, it just stops right here. Now, if we go to the spread, we can see that an edible garden is the feature spread. Okay, but we don't even have the edible garden in the the headlines in it. So how could that be a feature spread if it's not even listed on the front coverage? You see what I'm saying? Um, okay, typographically, back to the table of contents. I don't think it's a good idea to use the same font as the masthead for your table of contents. I also think that these numbers are too close together to use it. They look like a mistake. To either make them identical or very similar, but not kind of close. Okay. Watch look at your leading here. Really huge leading and then just little tiny leading there. So that's weird. You want to group that a little together to make those appear as though they're part of the same group. Okay. Other than that, I could say in general, I think that you're trying to use image too much, especially on this center spread. I think that this area right here is really a chance for you to show some typographic, very interesting things. Okay, I'm going to Command R this. Let's pull some, whoops, what do we have here? Whoops. Okay, so this, okay, I'm in preview, so I guess I can't have rulers. Anyways, I was just going to show you if we grab something, let me grab another window here. Okay, let's use the top of this window as a straight edge. Look at your baselines. Okay, look at how they align here, but then on this page, they don't align to the first page, and they also don't align to each other. So that you need to watch your baselines. Also, the top of your top of your thing, your text columns don't line up. You want those two, and you want to keep those headlines a little separate. Try to get some hierarchy in here with flowers and rose petals and marigold. I mean, think if this was somebody talking, it would be like flowers, blah, 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 blah. I mean, you want to really add some flavor to your typography, and you can just go ahead and take a look at several examples to get some good ideas there. Other than that, again, I think too heavy on image, not heavy enough on type. Really concentrate on expressive type here and communicating with type. Okay, as we have seen in the examples, it can be done in so many different ways, and that's what I want you to concentrate on. Okay. Also, one last thing, I don't think it's a good idea to use a color background page or a color background page for your table of contents. Let's stick with white pages right now. I think it's the easiest to work with at this point. Okay, so any questions at all, just give me a holler. Okay. Thank you very much. Good job.